From Endless Summer and welcome to a new vlog, and it is a Disney vlog today. Despite the fact that we're staying at Universal Hotel, we are heading back over to Disney, to my favourite park, to Epcot. And I do have a very jazzy outfit today. I have the new lemon dress. Yes, I do have a brand new one. And I have, of course, the lemon bag, my yellow magic band. I do have my red ears ready to put on as well. This dress, actually, my mum made this, and the fabric that I bought from the fabric market that we go to, it was super cheap. Like, I think it was like £2 for the fabric. My mum made this. The bag was from the charity shop that Becky got me, so I'm in a very kind of recycled cheap outfit today. We had originally planned to go to Hollywood Studios this morning. I think I mentioned that to you guys, and get Genie Plus. I do have Genie Plus today, but we've actually decided to go just to Epcot. When I tried to go on to book the Genie Plus return times and we were looking at Hollywood Studios, the problem that I've got, and I've said this before in vlogs, if you're going to do Hollywood Studios with Genie Plus, I think you need to be there all day. If you're trying to get Slinky Dog, for example, even if you're on at 7 o'clock in the morning, often the return time is like 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night. And I think today is quite busy. It's a Saturday today, and the cost was $22 today as well, which is a little bit on the high side. So I was finding it just wasn't going to work for us if we're hopping to Epcot. So in the end, we just decided, you know what, let's just go to Epcot and use Genie Plus there. And I really wanted to do Ratatouille because I didn't get to do that last trip. I did do it in Paris, but I haven't done it yet this trip. So I've got a return time for Ratatouille later today. I've also got one for Frozen, because that's another ride that I never really get on without Genie Plus, because it's always got a long wait time. Catherine is going to do the rides in standby, like you said.
I am.
Because we just want to compare.
I want to see what the difference is, because I flat out refuse to pay for this Genie Plus.
Yeah, Catherine's not a fan.
I'm not a fan at all. I said if they kept the fast pass system they used to have before and put it behind a paywall, people would be more willing to do it, but you're not even guaranteed the times, guaranteed the ride you want to ride. It's $22 a day when you're already, like, imagine a whole family.
If it was like 4 people, yeah.
I would rather stick it out, but I get, if you have got a family, standing in those like queues, it's not always viable, so it's just one of those things to really buy in. But we're going to do an experiment here. I'm going to go in standby, I've got my book ready, and we're going to compare and see how long it takes for you and Genie Plus. Imagine if it's only like 15 minutes difference.
We don't know, that's what we're going to try.
Or it could be 2 hours.
It could be 2 hours, and then Catherine's going to be like, oh my gosh. So we're going to see what happens, and just test it for you guys. I know a lot of people ask me all the time, is it worth it? Should I pay for it? And this is kind of going to be a little bit of a test to see how long the standby times actually are versus how long you wait in line, because it doesn't necessarily guarantee you will get straight on, even if you've got a return time. I must admit, the only park that I really do always get a good use out of Genie Plus is Magic Kingdom, because there are so many attractions. So if you're doing a whole day in the Magic Kingdom, I do find it quite good there. If you're doing Hollywood Studios and you want to do Slinky Dog Dash and stuff and you don't want to stand in line, I think it works for that too if you're there all day. To be honest, with Epcot, it depends whether you want to do Frozen and Ratatouille, because those are the two that tend to have a really long wait. Guardians is of course a virtual line anyway, so that's different. And Animal Kingdom, I very rarely find it worth it. I actually prefer the lightning lanes, the individual ones. Normally when I'm on a trip, if I'm going to pay for anything, it will be Rise of the Resistance or Flight of Passage just once while I'm on the trip. I would usually do that rather than Genie Plus. Like this trip I've done it once today, and the last trip I was on I only did it one day. So I thought I'd just test it out. That's what I like to do when I come on these trips. That's what I'm here for, is to try these things out, let you guys know our real experience. And yeah, that's what we're going to do today. So we just had breakfast. I had the avocado toast and the hash browns again. I'm going to miss that breakfast. It's really good. And we've just had a quick Starbucks, of course. And we've met some of you guys this morning. So hi to you guys who came over to say hello. And we're just about to get in an Uber, I think, and head over there shortly. Also, we're sat down here in the lobby and I'm looking out the window. There are some really grey looking clouds. And after what happened yesterday, I don't actually have the umbrella because this is the size of my bag. It does not fit in here. And I'm just wondering whether to go and get it and actually carry it round. I really was hoping to avoid that. It doesn't give rain on the forecast until 11 PM tonight. I don't know. You guys are going to remind me of this moment later when it rains. I'm going to keep good thoughts, positive vibes, and manifest no rain today. So I just booked an Uber and it literally is 1 minute away. That's crazy. They must have been right outside the hotel pretty much. And we're going to get an Uber to the Riviera Resort because we both just realised we really want to ride on the Skyliner. We originally thought we'd be doing that from Hollywood Studios to Epcot, but obviously we're just going to Epcot now, so we're going to go to the Riviera and then we can get the Skyliner over to Epcot and then we'll have still experienced it because we love the Skyliner.
Actually goes off really quick if you're not expecting it.
Yeah, and when it's coming in as well, people get really freaked out because it does look a bit scary. But yeah, we're going to get to do that and then go in through the International Gateway. So we're now traipsing across the grass at Riviera because I do have to just object to this. They won't let you in an Uber just to drop you off unless you have a dining reservation or you're staying there, even though the fact that he's just dropped us outside, we can now just walk right in.
He actually said that as well. He said, yeah, if you get dropped off on the road, you're allowed to walk.
Yeah, and also if he was an Uber Eats driver, they would let him in to drop off the Uber Eats and then go again. It literally makes no sense whatsoever.
Sometimes you just drive in though, because when we've got an Uber before, we have literally just like the Uber driver flashes the card and they just flag you in.
Yeah.
But for some reason he was being extra funny.
Yeah.
And we were like, what? So if we pull up the side of the road, we can get in? And he was like, yeah. I was like, what?
That just doesn't make any sense.
No negative vibes.
No negative vibes. We're having a morning of it this morning, and we were contemplating just sitting down for a glass of water because the Uber driver, bless him, his driving was a little bit
I was in the mood already.
it was like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride kind of. We're just getting water at the Riviera, but look at these pastries and cakes and stuff. That lemon cheesecake looks incredible. The fruit tart looks so good, and look at this hazelnut caramel profiteroles. So I'm now sat in a comfy chair in the Riviera. I've got a glass of water and an iced tea lemonade. This is a lavender iced tea lemonade. It's really good that you can get here. And Catherine was feeling a little bit under the weather after the Uber ride, so we're just having a quick sit down in here and then we are going to get to Epcot. Don't worry, there is theme park action coming in this vlog, I promise you. It may not seem like it yet, but we will get there. Okay, we're about to make a move and I just said to Catherine, I can see out the corner of my eye in La Boutique, there is a pair of ears there that I don't think I've seen before. I'm very quickly going to go and see what they are because they look really nice. Oh my gosh, look at these. Oh, I don't know if the camera's doing it justice. They've got like glittery ears. They've got the kind of leathery bow similar to my DVC ones. I love those. And they are Loungefly ones as well. How much are they? They're $44.99, so they're kind of pricey. They're a little bit more expensive, but how nice are these? And you can pick up this candle at the resorts. This is the 50th fragrance that they've been using in the hotel lobbies, apparently. Oh my gosh, look at this teeny tiny suitcase. It looks like a suitcase, but I think it's supposed to be like a kind of vanity case or a cabin bag type thing. It's $79.99. That is really cute. I love that. And they do have the big suitcase as well. I do really like this shirt as well, but they don't have my size, unfortunately. That is a shame because I probably would have bought that. And they have a couple of different Disney Vacation Club member Loungeflies. So they have this one, which is $85, and they have that one up there, which matches the ears that I had on the other day. I do prefer the ears to the bag, though, I will say. You get these water fill stations now at Disney. They're kind of dotted around, aren't they? They're not everywhere.
Yeah, they're not everywhere, but they're good because it's filtered water in there as well, so if you don't like the taste of
the normal water,
it's the best.
Yeah, so you can fill up your bottle. They needed this at Universal yesterday with their bottled water prices.
Actually.
So we are on the move, we're revived now, I'm glad to say. So we're just heading for the Skyliner. I did buy Becky a present in the shop. This is for her birthday, so I can't show you what it is because I know she watches the vlogs, but she's gonna like it definitely. Those ears were so nice. Catherine loved them. I showed her a picture.
Yeah, they're right on my street, pastel pink, so gorgeous. Them and the bead ears that you've shown on your Instagram.
Oh yes, there was, you know the pair I showed you the other day that were pale pink with the blue beaded bow? I did an Instagram poll and you guys were very divided on whether you liked them or not. Catherine loved them.
Right on my street.
Yeah. So yep, Skyliner time, and then we're going to head over to Norway to ride Frozen. That's my first return time. Catherine's of course going to do standby, and I think it would be wrong not to get something from the bakery while we're over there, so I'm probably going to do that too. Here we go, our first ride on the Skyliner of this trip. Well, it is mine anyway. I think Catherine.
Oh, yeah,
oh, yours too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love it. It's my favourite mode of transportation now at Disney World. Quite often in the day you get a gondola to yourself, which is quite nice. This is the one that doesn't have, you can't see out the windows very good because it's got a wrap on it. Ooh!
It doesn't feel like it goes faster than phone, but when you're in it, it feels. I really like the breeze.
Yeah, the breeze is nice.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner and Disney's Riviera Resort. If you're just joining us, we are on our way to Epcot.
We loved that as always, and I love this view down here where you can see all of the gondolas kind of coming and going.
This entrance I think to Epcot now, and the cherry blossoms.
Yeah, the cherry blossoms here at the moment in Epcot are just so beautiful around the France Pavilion. Okay, I made a faux pas there. I forgot that we were supposed to be going to Hollywood Studios first. So when I went to go into the park, it obviously wasn't letting me in because my reservation was in the wrong place. So always just make sure if you change your plans at the last minute that you change your park reservations. I normally do, but I must have just totally blanked on that and forgotten. The cast members can sort it out for you, but it obviously delays you going in and it's just more work for them. So always try and make sure you've got the right park reservation for the right day. And we're just in line to meet Minnie. I feel like we need to get a photo with her because she is looking amazing in her red, and I've got my red dress on today. We're just on the approach to France and we're still obsessed with the pink cherry blossom. Oh, it really does. Yeah, it looks amazing. And it is kind of busy here at Epcot today compared to what it was the other day. It is a Saturday today, and I feel like during the weekends Epcot is very much like a locals park. I think people come to experience the festivals and the food.
Annual pass.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of groups, like big groups of people. So just be aware of that on the weekends. You will find in Epcot it can be quite busy. Same in Magic Kingdom, to be fair.
Any park, really.
Yeah, I mean, I would usually go for Animal Kingdom on a Saturday, to be honest. Yeah, that's usually my go-to Saturday park if I'm going to the parks on the weekend. But since we're at the end of the trip, we need more Epcot time. And someone did ask me about Frushi at this festival. Unfortunately, it's not here at Festival of the Arts. It's only during Flower and Garden, so in the spring. It's one of my favourite snacks in all of Walt Disney World, but it's only here for a short time. So just as we were walking over to Frozen, we remembered I went to book it for 3 PM, but when the Genie Plus return time actually confirmed, it was at 5. So we were thinking it was soon, but it's actually not soon. So we're going to stop and go into the American Adventure to watch the Voices of Liberty, who are absolutely amazing. If you've never done this,
maybe do the theatre event after as well.
oh yeah, definitely, we could do that too. If it's a busy day, things like this are quite good because the theatre show is a bit longer. The Voices of Liberty are really impressive, and it kind of gets you out of the crowds for a bit.
The Voices of Liberty, and today we invite you to be our guest, put our service to the test, tie a napkin round your neck, Sherry, and we'll provide the rest. Soup to joy our hearts, while we all try the grace of its delicious, don't believe me, ask the dishes. One by one, till
Okay, now we've just heard that incredible performance. We'll talk about that in a minute. We are going to go into the American Adventure. I can't really film in here because it's like a show, but we can tell you about it afterwards. Have you done it before?
Ages ago, I think now.
Yeah, I did it fairly recently. It's actually quite nice for a sit-down break. Yeah.
Not that we've done much, like.
As if we need to have a rest today, but you know, it's the end of the trip. We get very tired. We've got separated. Do I smell or something?
I know, yeah, we went on separate exits.
I wasn't even paying attention.
I wasn't either. I'm in a world of my own today.
Me too. I'm really in a world of my own today.
It's that last minute holiday like tiredness. Like
Yeah.
Disney is super overstimulating, and yesterday was a heavy day for me for roller coasters.
At Universal, yeah.
And today I'm like,
we're very slow today, aren't we?
Already, yeah.
We can't focus.
No.
You've got to watch yourself in here. This is quite a steep hill. This is such a huge theatre. You know, that's distinctly unpatriotic.
The cheeky one.
Not allowed. Okay, we're all done with that show. I will admit I kind of took a bit of a nap in the middle of that. It is quite long, and if you've seen it fairly recently, it's very like historical. You have to kind of be in the mood to focus, which today we were just really, you know, in there having a bit of a rest and a sit down, I won't lie, and taking a little nap. So now I'm going to do a quick live stream over on Patreon. So next time you see me, I'll probably be over by Frozen, about to ride the ride on my first Genie Plus return time. Okay, I've just finished my Patreon live stream. I'm now over in Norway, as you can see. I'm going to get something from the bakery, I think. I'm feeling a little bit peckish now. Okay, I decided to get the school bread. I asked the cast member whether I should get the lefse or the school bread, and she said school bread. Their pretzels always look so good in here as well. Okay, let's get into this school bread. I'm going to actually try this stuff on the top and just see what this tastes like. It tastes like a very, very, very nice custard. And I'm actually not sure what's like in the middle of this, if anything, or whether the little bit of custard is just on top. I'm gonna have to set the camera down while I cut this up. So I just cut into it, and the custard kind of goes down into the middle, but it is just in the center. So let's see what this tastes like. Ooh, the chairs really scrape on the floor in this seating area. It always goes right through me. Right, let's try this. That's really good. It's got like a cinnamon kind of taste. I feel like I can taste lemon. Then you've got like the shredded coconut on top and the custard. That's actually really, really good. I didn't think it was that expensive as well. I think it was like $4 something, and it's quite a decent sized snack, so I thought that was quite reasonable. Okay, I'm all done with the school bread, and that was honestly 10 out of 10. I think that might be one of my new favourite snacks here at Disney. It was really, really good. It doesn't look that exciting, but it just tasted amazing. It wasn't too sweet either. Really, really nice. And now it is time to go and get in line for Frozen. And Catherine's just messaged me to say that she's got in line. She's keeping an eye on exactly how long it takes in standby, and I will do the same for the Lightning Lane.
And the queue is unfortunately out the door, so looks like it is going to be an 80-minute wait. But here we are. It's currently 4:50, so let's see what time we actually get out.
And the reason that we chose Frozen and Ratatouille to do these comparisons, they tend to have the longest wait times in standby, so we thought it'd be good to show you guys how long it takes in each. Some of the others like Soarin' and Spaceship Earth and stuff like that, you can usually ride that with a fairly low wait time at some point, but Ratatouille and Frozen usually have a long wait time all day long, so we'll see what happens.
I spotted a wild Victoria in the Lightning Lane queue behind these people. Got you on my side as well.
Oh, have you?
Double bugging!
Look who it is!
I feel to be on the good side.
I don't know yet, it depends how long it takes. We're divided by the standby rope.
Single row.
Yep, so we'll see how long it takes. Bye! So I literally just passed Catherine there in line, as you saw. I'm really hoping it's not going to be ages for her. She really did want to do this experiment though, so hopefully it's not a full 70 minutes, which is what it said when I just walked in. And the queuing area for this ride is actually very, very cute. It would be good if they had some interactive stuff to do though when you're waiting in line, because that does pass the time, and this one does tend to be quite a long line, so I wish they did have something to, you know, like little things like Soarin', they have quizzes that you can do in the line. That would be good. Okay, I'm about to get on, and it took 7 minutes from scanning in to getting onto the ride in Lightning Lane.
Alright, I'm almost on. That means it took me 50 minutes to get to the front, so half an hour less than what it actually said. So not too bad.
On a day very much like today, on our same places with an unselfish act of true love and full of Frozen.
Are you ready to see also?
They were born ready.
Gotta say hey to the troll on the way out. I always forget that you do get a little bit damp on that ride. It's a little bit like Pirates. So I'm feeling kind of damp and it's often wet when you sit down in it, so I've got a wet butt now. And I'm just waiting for Catherine. I've got a feeling she's gonna be a while. And if any of you are wondering why we're doing this experiment, obviously when you walk into an attraction, you can see what the standby wait is. What we were really hoping to achieve was seeing whether the standby wait actually is what it says it is, and also whether there is a longer wait than expected for Lightning Lane. Now in my case, I waited 7 minutes, that is hardly anything. So it'll be interesting to see what Catherine's experience is. And after that, I just wanted to give my thoughts on Genie Plus, if I think it's worth it, what circumstances it might be worth it, and I think that's more the relevant thing here. I do think that there are times when it's worth it and times when it's not. So stay tuned to the end and we will be discussing that afterwards. I might just head here into China to sit down where the show is. I saw the little film the other day, so I won't watch it again today. I think the entrance is on the left. Sometimes they close these doors and you have to go to the left to get in. But before I do that, I think I'm just going to go into the Shanghai Disney Resort exhibition and just show you guys what's in there, because we never really go in there. And Shanghai Disney is one of the 2 resorts I haven't been to yet. I haven't done this one or Hong Kong, but I have done Florida, obviously, Paris, California, and Tokyo. So I'm trying to work my way around to all of them eventually. It's always very quiet in here and they do have some really nice air conditioning. So if you're ever looking to get away from it all, this is a good place to come. That Toy Story hotel looks amazing. So Catherine just messaged and she's about to get on the ride and said it had been 50 minutes, I think, to get to the front of the line. So a little bit less than what it had said. The one thing that we are going to have a problem with, however, Ratatouille is showing it as a 120-minute wait. That's actually going to interfere with our dinner reservation if Catherine waited in a line that long. So I don't know what we're going to do about that. I will obviously ride my Lightning Lane and let you know how long that takes. Maybe we'll have to wait until after dinner for her to get in the standby line, but since it could potentially take the whole 120 minutes, we can't really do that now because we've got dinner. So if you do have dining reservations and other plans, this is when it can be difficult because 2 hours is a very long time to be in line. So I'll wait until she gets off Frozen and then we'll figure out what we're going to do about that. And I'll just show you before I leave, this is called the Gardens of Imagination, which I guess is their version of the hub. It looks very beautiful. I think those pink trees are cherry blossom trees, unless they're somehow artificial, that they're kind of always pink, I don't know. Looks very, very beautiful though. And there's Dumbo. I believe Dumbo is either the only or one of few rides that is present in all of the Disney parks, I think. And of course, Shanghai is the home of Tron. That's the first place that had the Tron coaster, which we now are getting at Disney World very, very soon, in just a couple of months' time. So you said it was 50 minutes?
50 minutes?
Yeah.
I didn't think it's too bad, considering it's a very busy Saturday in Epcot today.
Yeah.
And it said 80 minutes or 30 minutes less, so I actually didn't think it was that bad. I was reading my book and before I knew it, I looked up and I was at the queue. So,
yeah.
But I have got a wet bum now.
Yeah,
right
that does.
like an inconspicuous
That
spot,
does
like,
happen. It's like, well, did you sit in it? Because that's what happened to me.
Yeah,
it was actually
well,
already wet.
Got, like this pool of wet liquid.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's gonna like literally cause a massive patch. But
oh,
to
no.
me, 50-minute wait for an attraction that always has a long wait time without fail, I didn't think that was that bad.
No, especially as it was less than what it was posted.
Yeah, exactly. And the queue environment's really pretty inside. There was kids in that queue and they liked it. They're all in like little Elsa outfits, which was really cute. So 50 minutes, but obviously that's not guaranteed. But
yeah.
My like experience with not doing Genie Plus is it normally is slightly less, but there has been times like Mickey's Runaway Railway where it's been more than the wait time advertised. So yeah. I didn't think that was bad.
No, I think that was good. And we've just been talking about Ratatouille, so 2 hours currently. That's not going to work with our dining reservation. And it's times like this that we're going to talk about the conclusion later. We'll give our thoughts later.
Because I have experienced the park on like busy times of year without any Genie Plus. And Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. We'll see. I'm going to go over and I will do my lightning lane because of course I've booked it with the Genie Plus, and then we'll probably have dinner and then
we'll
see what it's like. Yeah.
If it goes down to like 60 minutes, I'll hop in the standby and then I'll let you guys know, because we have seen wait times a lot less than that.
Yeah.
But it is a busy Saturday, so
that's the thing.
We'll see.
Let's see what happens. Got some entertainment going on over here in Germany. We're on the approach and we are getting the distinct impression that the ride may be down, because that would explain the 2-hour wait, and a lot of people were just heading in this direction away from the ride, and there's no wait time, so I think it's down. I feel like whenever I try and do things like this I'm doomed because something happens to like...
But this is the point, like
yeah.
Genie Plus, you paid for it.
Yeah.
Can't even ride it
Oh,
because
yeah.
the ride goes down.
Yeah, this type of thing can happen. It is what it is. And the good thing about showing this sort of stuff in the vlogs, this is the reality. When you come to the park, sometimes attractions go down, sometimes your plans go completely out the window, sometimes you get thwarted when you were really intending on doing something. It may potentially come back up, and I think if you had a Genie Plus return time, when it does come back up you can ride it. But I'm going to go and ask a cast member just exactly what the situation is with that.
The problem is with that though, wouldn't that make the lightning lane quite long? Because
probably.
Everyone would then,
Yep.
so then you would be queuing in the lightning lane.
I have seen that happen before, so we'll see what they say. Okay, I spoke to a cast member and I've got the details. So she said it should come back up this evening. If you have a return time, if you go into the app, you'll have the option to ride something different, or you can come back when it does reopen. But like Catherine said, sometimes then you get a massive line in the lightning lane. So we will see what unfolds. We're gonna hang around here for a little bit, then go for our dinner reservation, and yeah, then see what happens. Who knows? The rain has decided to make an appearance and everyone is taking refuge under this little covered area, including us. But while I was just stood here, this is what I love about Disney. If you do get a chance to stop and look at things properly, you notice a lot of detail. So just looking around here, you can see that only some of the windows are lit up. So this one here, this one and that one, but the others are dark, just like it would be if there were people kind of in their apartments and in their houses, just to kind of add to the atmosphere of it. I just love that. It's little tiny details, looking into little windows, like shop windows. So always try and take the time to do that if you can, because it really is just what Disney does best. Okay, we're gonna head over to the Crepe restaurant just to see if we can check in a little bit early, or at least stand inside, but it's not looking hopeful because there are people, oh no, they're just looking at the menu. I thought people were like spilling out the door. So here is the menu, and a lot of people go for the prefix menu where you get a soup or a salad. You then get one of the savoury crepes with a glass of hard cider, soda or juice, and then you get a dessert crepe. And that's actually like a reasonable price, I would say, for what that is. I actually am not a huge fan of the savoury crepes. So I think I'm going to get a soup or a salad, depending what the soup is, and then a dessert crepe. And I really do want to try something different, but also when I read all of those through the menu, I just want the pear one. The pear one is so good. I was tempted by the apple, but I don't really want caramel sauce. I prefer the chocolate ganache. What to do? The Melba one does sound good though. So Catherine's crepe has arrived. She went for the salmon one, and that is a lot of salmon, isn't it?
That's a lot, yeah, for the price. Normally it's, how much was it actually? $17.50.
Yeah.
Not too bad actually.
And my salad has just arrived, and this is a lot bigger than I was expecting actually. I thought it was going to be more like a tiny side salad. So my dessert crepe has arrived, and for the purposes of taking a step out there, I went for something different. I went for the peach melba, which has got mixed berries, some kind of drizzle. I'm guessing this is like a berry drizzle. It was supposed to have cream on, but they've actually brought it on the side. So let's get into this and see what it's like. I've got a bit with all the components.
Is it really sweet? It's not?
No, it's not super sweet. That might be better than the pear one.
Ooh.
This is why you should try new things.
Yeah.
That is really, really good.
So what about the sauce? Is it like a tart sauce or?
It's like a berry sauce.
Well, it's not over.
Like a mixed berry.
Yeah, mixed berry.
Make sure you get whipped cream on the side though, because that makes it next level.
Yeah, next level. Nice.
Okay, we have come out to a very brisk breeze. That was actually really, really nice. That peach crepe I had was 10 out of 10. I feel like today has been a bit of a flop when it comes to crowds, attractions, crazy Uber rides, Catherine not feeling very well.
Yeah.
It's been a bit of a flop, but food-wise, today has been really, really good because I loved my school bread and that crepe was awesome. So we've just come outside to the Ratatouille ride and the wait time is 120 minutes. To be honest with you, it's just not reasonable for Catherine to stand in line for 120 minutes.
I mean, I did do standby for Ratatouille, and if you see Victoria's other vlogs, it was only a 45-minute wait the other day, and I have already rode Ratatouille in my last series 3 months ago, and I did the standby queue. It says 60 minutes on the door, and I waited about 55-60 minutes, so it's normally quite accurate on this ride.
Yeah.
120 minutes, I'm tired, and quite frankly I can't be bothered to wait 2 hours for Ratatouille.
I mean, we thought maybe if it was like an hour or less,
yeah,
but 120 minutes is just crazy. I think I am going to do my lightning lane. It is quite a big line for it because the ride has been down, so now everyone is returning. So yeah, it's quite a big line. So I am going to do it because obviously I paid for my Genie Plus. But in conclusion, in terms of whether Genie Plus was worth it today, yes, because I'm probably going to be able to get onto this ride without waiting 120 minutes. But in terms of our experiment, that was kind of a flop just because 120 minutes is insane. Like, to be honest, this ride is not normally that long. Like maybe in peak times, but at this time of year, I think it's just because it's gone down.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit unusual.
This ride has gone down a couple of times even when I've been here before.
Yeah.
I do not fancy waiting 120 minutes in line for it to then go down potentially as well, so
yeah.
just
So
basically
basically the upshot is our experiment was a total flop, but this is what it is. I like to show you in the vlogs what my real experience is at Disney. Sometimes we have these ideas about this will be great, let's do this, and it doesn't work out. Rides go down, like yesterday in Universal, the rain happens, then rides close. It is what it is, and you can't control certain things, and this is the real kind of experience. Sometimes you will have a day where you paid for Genie Plus and you maybe don't go on very many rides for one reason or another. You might have days where you plan to do the standby lines and then you experience one issue after the other with long wait times or rides going down or whatever it might be, but this is just the reality. And like I say, we've had a very nice relaxing day and a very good day food-wise, not so much weather-wise because the wind is literally like blowing. We are getting blown away. It's madness. Oh, it's gone down again.
it's gone down. See, it's literally gone down. Everyone's turning around.
While we were talking, it's right. This is not meant to be today.
No, it's not. Should we turn around and just
I
go?
think we're gonna go
What is
home.
going on with this ride? Like, imagine if you were like, I went in and the ride for 120 minutes, got into like 90 minutes of it, and then it go down. Oh my god!
You would not be impressed. Not impressed.
As well.
Yeah, so it's gone tech again. Clearly Remy is not in a good place this evening. I think we're going to have to abandon this. What an absolute flop in terms of Genie Plus today. But there we go.
Oh.
This wind is hilarious. I'm like holding my dress down.
It just stops. Typically, it's meant to be like this for our final day in Magic Kingdom. It's going to be like.
Yeah, I need to think about my wardrobe decisions tomorrow. But goodbye for this trip, Epcot. We love you. Bye bye.
Probably going to be a long time for me.
Oh, I'll be back in May, but still love you. Oh, the breeze. Oh, something just fell on my head as well. I'm really hoping it was a leaf. Okay, we're just exiting and we're actually going to get the Skyliner to the Riviera and get our Uber from there, mainly just because we want to ride the Skyliner.
Let the Uber in.
Oh, true. They'll let you in. They'll let them in to pick you up.
I know, that's so weird.
But not to drop off. It's so bizarre. And here at the Riviera Resort, they do have really nice artwork all the way along the corridors. Love this Rapunzel one. Oh, yeah, that one's cute too. Very unusual style.
That's actually how they painted it on the original animation. It was like an original acrylic.
Really nice. So it's goodbye to the Riviera. I'd love to stay here one time. It's really, really nice. The lobby smells incredible. And this is the pickup area just out the front. Oh, look at the fountains and everything. I love this. I do love this resort. And we're home again. I'm going to get myself a nice cup of tea.
I really prefer this hotel to the Disney ones.
Yeah.
Not the fact that we're not on Disney property, just the vibe you get in
The actual hotel itself,
and the actual room's so cozy, you just want to get back to your room.
Yeah, it is really nice. It's a really nice hotel and it's such a good price as well.
Yeah, good value.
So I'm going to get a tea. We had a really nice Uber driver too on the way home. He was great. And then we are going to head upstairs. Hey everyone, we are back in the room. And what can I say about today? It was a bit of an epic fail, to be fair. Do you know what? With these vlogs, it's good for you to see that you do get days like this. So you know at home when you get a day which is just not working, the whole day is just like, Kate and I always say, today needs to get in the bin. Like, you just have one of those. It's good to be realistic about the fact that if you're on like a 10-day, 2-week holiday or something, you might get a day like that on your vacation. It just happens. And today was one of those, like, between like, okay, what things needed to get in the bin today? So first of all, there was like mad Uber driving this morning, which made Catherine genuinely feel like really sick. So then she felt sick for ages, like when we first got there.
That's so weird, because I went on courses the day before and I was fine, but
yeah,
the
it was
taxi just knocked me sick for about 3 hours.
Yeah, it was bad. And then we had like the weird situation where we were like diving around in the bushes trying to get out at Riviera, which was crazy. And then when we got to Epcot, obviously it was crazy busy because it's a Saturday. We should have known that, but you know, that is what it is. This morning it was difficult for me to actually get return times, again because it's a busy day. It was just one of those.
It's been a lovely
today.
day, but I think the back end of your vacation, especially Disney holiday, it's so overstimulating, and you start getting kind of burnt out towards the end, and we've been quite go every day mostly. So I think we're just
tired.
It's like, oh.
We're just tired now, and like I find at the beginning of the trip you got jet lag. You can get up early, get to the parks early, but towards the end when you're sort of tired, you kind of you get up late and then you get to the parks late and then you do something for like 30 minutes and then feel like you need a sit down.
Easier, don't you? Like the whole Ratatouille thing. Like if this was my first few days, I'd be like, I'm just going to do it and go in the standby queue.
We'll just wait it out or whatever.
Wait it out, but
yeah, we were just
I'm like, let's just go and get cozy in bed.
Exactly. And like last night with Universal, same thing. Like before we may have, like at the beginning of the trip, stayed it out, but as soon as it started raining and getting crazy and stuff, I was just like, nah. So this is what it's like sometimes, and I think it's just good to be realistic about that. It's not always the perfect Disney day. Sometimes you do get stuff going wrong. Obviously Genie Plus was a flop today for me. Can I say it was worth it today? No, absolutely not. Was part of that due to the fact, you know, yes, technically I could have got to the parks earlier and stuff. It was good that we did do the experiment on one of the attractions with Frozen to see what the wait time was like. And honestly, I think, like Catherine was saying, the line wasn't that bad in standby. So on a normal average day, I think you could have perfectly easily, you know, and I would have stood in line for it. It wasn't that bad. But Ratatouille, for example, 2 hours, no.
And it went down like twice.
Yeah, it just kept going.
We didn't even get the opportunity to ride it because even if I wanted to stand in the 2-hour queue, it went down when we were was evacuating.
Quite honestly, like, am I ever going to stand in a 2-hour queue for anything? Personally, no. And I just wanted to say about Genie Plus. So earlier on today, I said there are circumstances where I think it can be good, and honestly, like, we had this conversation. I think it depends on your particular circumstances and the group that you're with. If you, for example, are a couple and you've got a 2-week holiday here, you're perfectly capable of, you know, getting around the parks quite quickly. You don't have children with you who might be like getting tired or melting down or whatever's going on. I think for you, you probably don't need to use Genie Plus. You could get all of the attractions done over the 2-week period, not necessarily all in one day, but you could probably get them done. Same if you're a solo traveler, you could probably get stuff done. If you're visiting the Disney parks and you're only there for a couple of days, so you've got like 1 day in each park, and you really want to get everything done, that might be a good day to do Genie Plus, because it will be a little bit easier for you to get things done. Again, if you're traveling, say you're a couple and you've got a young baby with you, a lot of the attractions are going to be difficult to do. Obviously you can do child swap and stuff like that, but quite often in those circumstances you're more interested in the experiences, meeting characters, seeing the sort of trip through a child's eyes if you've always traveled as adults. And I don't think Genie Plus and dashing around trying to do all the attractions would necessarily be a good plan for you. So it really does depend. I get the question all the time, is it worth it to have Genie Plus? And it is so hard for me to answer that question because it really does depend on your circumstances, how many of you there are in the group. So for me, the thing to bear in mind, I am one person. So even today when it's $22, that's just it for me. If you're a family of 4, that is going to be over $90 for all of you. That is a lot of money. And if you're doing the math on that, obviously that's not including tax. So with tax, it will be over $90 just, I think. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the tax, it'd be over $90.
I'd say save your money and go for a nice meal, because I'm against Disney Plus, but Genie Plus, but I can see why people do them. But if money wasn't an object, we did say this. If money wasn't any objection to you, then go ahead and do it. But for me, I'd rather spend that money on a nice restaurant or meal out of, even merchandise or something that you can take home.
If you've saved up a lot of money for your trip and you have the budget to do Genie Plus, then sure, you know, you are going to definitely have some lower wait times, and that's great. But if you are looking to keep costs down, not spend too much money, you certainly can do the parks without Genie Plus. I think that is the bottom line. There will be the odd attraction that you might have to just accept the fact you're going to have to wait longer, or you're going to have to do it a different day, or you might have to come back and ride it or something. So it's not as convenient if you have to do the rides in the standby line, but it would save you a lot of money if you are, you know, a family of 3 or 4 or 5 or more. Then you're kind of looking at money that is just a lot on top of your tickets. So it's a shame that we couldn't show you more today. Like I say, it was just a bit of a flop, and these things happen. Like, you know, the ride going down and stuff we couldn't do anything about, but we did just generally have one of those kind of like comedy crazy days today where we were just like, what is going, and on top of everything else, it was really windy. So what you didn't see was a lot of incidents of like dresses blowing up, hair going crazy. Like, it was just a really crazy funny day today, so it didn't pan out how we had hoped. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about Genie Plus because it's such a difficult question to answer as to whether or not it's worth it. So yeah, if you do have any specific questions, then please do put them in the comments. But like I say, as to generally, is it worth it? It depends. Depends how much it is as well. Some days it's $15. I think it's as low as 15 sometimes.
Yeah, $15 right up to like 22, 20.
I think it goes up to 25, I want to say, at the moment. So yeah, it really does depend on your circumstances. You know, if you've got one day in the parks and you just want to get as much done as possible, sure, then it would be. But also, if you're on a 2-week holiday,
the one thing I don't like as well is how often you have to be on your phone whilst you're enjoying the parks.
Yeah,
that's
you do.
One thing I really don't like.
Yeah, you do have to be on your phone a lot, just checking for times and doing all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's definitely pros and cons, but the bottom line, I think, to sum this up, I've probably explained this in a very chaotic way because that's the theme of today. If you are on a 2-week trip, I would say you probably don't need it. You could probably get everything done over the course of those 2 weeks without having to pay for it. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Everyone has totally different opinions on it. Some people do like it, some people don't. That's just what I think. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle where occasionally I will pay for it, or for a lightning lane here and there, but for the most part I don't. So this trip I did it once, and my last trip I did it once. So yeah, I just wanted to end the vlog with saying about that. It has been a kind of crazy one today. I hope you guys have still enjoyed it, even though it's just been really random. I don't even know. When I edit this, I'm probably going to be thinking, what on earth was going on today? But if you did enjoy it, please do give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more Disney vlogs every Saturday at 5 PM. And if you tap the bell icon, you will always be notified when I upload a new video. And just thank you so much to all of you for being so supportive, liking, commenting, subscribing. And a big hello to everyone who came up and spoke to us today. We met loads of you, and you guys are always so nice and friendly. We're gonna go now, head to bed. Tomorrow is our last full day in the parks. We're gonna be going to the Magic Kingdom a little bit later in the day. We may even go separately. I think Catherine may go a little bit later than me, possibly. She's going to see how she feels. She's been a little bit under the weather today, so I think it's going to be one of those, see how she feels in the morning. She may come a little bit later to the parks if I go mid-morning, but we'll see what happens. And we're hoping to stay in the Magic Kingdom till the evening, see the fireworks. It's kind of like if you spend Magic Kingdom on your first day, you need to do it on the last day as well. It's just that kind of thing. Yeah, it's always good to do that. So yeah, we will see you in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're all well. Bye.
Oh my gosh, thank you. You do fireworks.
Oh, that's cute.
you get on it.
Mine,
People called it out. You went Princess Catherine.
mine just says Victoria in capital letters.
Oh, Victoria!
They're shouting at me.